Hey, Brandon! Hey!
Man, someone whose name is Brandon who's listening to this podcast is gonna be fucked up.
Hey, I got a double loco moco for this Joko.
I slap them on the back of the head and say, hey, pay attention. You're supposed to be waiting for this.
Listen here.
Hey! Buddy!
Take out my trash.
Hey, did you tip on that last order? I didn't check, but if you want to tip now, I have a tip jar over there.
Jar's feeling kind of light. It'd be nice if someone were, out of the kindness of their heart and no other reason, place something within it of monetary value.
I was looking at your wallet when you were taking your money out, and I saw a lot of ones in there. So if you wanted to donate a couple of those, that'd be good.
Let's be real, you're not going to use those ones on anything, really, so you may as well just, put them to a healthy cause, right?
What, are you going to, buy a candy bar with 2 ones? That'll do me better. Just hand them over.
Just let me hang on to them. Let me borrow $1.
Hey, can I bother you for $1?
Give me $3 today. I'll give you $1 discount on your next coffee.
I will gladly give you a coffee at menu price Tuesday for a $3 tip today.
But I'll expect a tip on Tuesday.
As well.
I'm not letting you off that easy.
Are you done with that drink? You want me to get you a new one? You got a few dollar bills I can hold for that?
Pour over, maybe?
Thanks.
We'll play a magic trick. You put $1 in this jar, and then you come back tomorrow and maybe it'll be here.
Hey! Who let that dog in here? There's no dogs. Hey! It's eating all the pastries! Hey! Sorry, man. He's hungry.
I'm gonna lock your dog in the bathroom for a few minutes and see if it feels better.
No. Well, that seems reasonable.
Hey, your dog's making some noise in there. You want me to lock you in there with him until he stops?
No. Yeah, I better go in there. Scoob, you okay?
Sorry about that. I started letting dogs in and...
He shoved his big head through the glass and ate all the pastries. And now he's hopped up on caffeine and sugar.
Do you think Scooby would be affected by caffeine?
Oh, absolutely.
I think it would put his heart closer to death.
Oh, no. How many espressos do you think Scooby Doo could handle?
How hard are you making it?
Even one.
Just one. one will already really put him through it. His heart is so fucking clogged with the fucking cholesterol already.
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
What's the average shot? 75, 79 milligrams of caffeine?
69 milligrams.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give him the Scooby Doo special.
The Scooby snack.
The old put him down.
I call this shot the old yeller because it's killed every dog I gave it to.
There's no chocolate in this one, is there? No.
Also, Fred and Daphne and Velma are here, but they're being courteous.
Fred says, "Ooh, I'll have one of those."
And Daphne says, "Fred, do you have enough money for that?"
Hey, what did I tell you about bringing up my financial situation in front of customers?
I will if you pay for it.
Fred, I think the biggest mystery we need to solve is the mystery of your empty wallet.
Velma will cover for me, right, Velma?
You're pretty smart. That means
why is it okay if Velma covers for you, but not me?
Well, she's smart. She makes a lot of money, maybe.
And I'm smart, and I make my dad give me a lot of money.
Well, only generous people are allowed in the gang. And you're pretty generous, right, Velma? It sure would suck if we left you here in Florida, right?
I think I want to do my own mystery solving.
You can find the mystery of how to get back home.
That's a pretty good mystery.
Well,
that went off the rails pretty quickly.
Daphne, you know
So,
the drill.
So Shaggy and Scooby are trapped in the bathroom, and Fred is trying to
Well,
order.
Scooby's trapped. Shaggy's in there of his own volition.
And Fred is trying to order something, but Daphne won't let him because he doesn't have any money. And Velma's just waiting patiently behind them for her turn.
No, Daphne wants to pay for it, but Fred won't let her.
Oh.
Because it's weird if he lets his woman catch the bill.
But it's not weird if Velma pays for him.
She's not his woman.
He doesn't believe that his girlfriend would make more money than him.
His $0 income.
I don't accept. I'm sorry, Daphne. I don't think they accept Barbie money here.
Hey, you guys got any mysteries I can solve for you? maybe a barter, maybe a trade. Leaky faucet mystery, maybe. I can fix that.
What do you mean mystery?
Well, it's like, maybe any sort of, like a mysteries.
What made
things
your dishes
that go
dirty?
awry.
What made your dishes dirty? That kind of mystery.
Why do you want to clean the dishes? I don't have any that are dirtied.
We can work something out, I'm sure. If you just hand me that cup.
Why don't you get a job at like Domino's next door, and maybe they'll pay you for an hour of work?
Like hell no, man. They already got me working Taco Bell.
Oof.
Hey, you stay out of it, bathroom boy. Okay.
Don't tell them anything.
Maybe you can ask your manager for a forward on that Taco Bell check.
I already did. They don't accept my disability.
Shaggy, are you okay?
I can't find my way out of here,
He's
man.
echoing from the bathroom.
Like, where's the light switch in this box? It's dark. Scooby keeps stepping on my foot.
Oh! Maybe you should all leave.
It's closing time.
Hey, look, it's closing time. 10:30. I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, never.
All right, gang.
Fucking wanted posters of them all in their fucking walk cycle.
Not welcome.
Black and white pictures of Scooby and the gang.
Elias, I really hope you play the '60s soundtrack to that show. Boom, boom, boom.
This conversation reminded me to set the alarm on my shop.
That's good.
Good.
8 minutes into the conversation. You thought of the aftermath of kicking the mystery gang out. And you said, I need to set my alarm at work now.
Speaking of ensuring no bastards get back in tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Alarm.
Maybe I need to start my real world alarm.
Will somebody please introduce the podcast, please?
Welcome to the special Scooby Doo fanfiction episode of Crossing the Line. But not just any Scooby Doo fanfiction episode of Crossing the Line. A fanfiction jam, which means that you, the viewers, write the fanfiction that we, the readers, read.
We do read, and we go read.
We are the readers.
Welcome. It'll be great. If you want to write your own fanfiction for us to read on the show, wait until next time. But for this time, it's too late. Let's read.
Too bad.
What influenced you to start a Scooby-Doo fanfiction jam?
What influenced me?
Yeah.
Our nice friends of the show, our subscribers that were talking about writing them, right?
Yeah, it's true. We actually had nothing to do with this.
It's true.
Yeah.
Everyone in the Discord was like, hey, do a Scooby-Doo jam. I want to write a Scooby-Doo thing. And we're like, sure.
Oh yeah, the last two we did were Amphibia and Pawn Stars, which we did because there weren't enough good fanfiction of those, or at least we wanted to kind of cultivate that community. But these ones, I mean, there's plenty of good Scooby-Doo ones, and we've written some too, but they're just fun, so.
They are just fun. Okay, so yeah, we've got a couple of them to read. Boys, if you'll open your Discord app, you'll find them through self-promo.
By the way, welcome to Crossing the Line, a fanfiction podcast where we read, review, and critique fanfiction for your listening pleasure. I'm Virgil Viva Vlogs.
You almost forgot.
And this is George G. Poole.
Hello!
And Stephen Blue Breed.
Hello!
It's been so long since you've been on the internet, you forgot who you are.
Yeah, it's true.
So we've got a handful of stories to read here.
I like the thumbnails for all of them.
Oh yeah, Just Sagan always makes his own thumbnails. A big boy writer.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's see. I found the one I want to.
Which group is it in again?
The self-promo.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Big boy wrote 2 of them, so he wanted us to read his second one before we go read his original one.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we can start there. So Steven, if you want to read his Flash story. Sorry, we spoiled it. Sorry.
Flash story. Oh, okay. Okie doke. Let's see. Let me go back.
So we'll do that, and we can read Boinko, Abe, and then do the second Sagan story.
All right.
Okay, Scooby Doo. We like Scooby Doo. We joke about Scooby Doo in literally every episode. It's absurd. I hate it, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's true. Scooby Doo's just such a staple at this point. I love it.
We should get a Scooby Doo movie crossover.
We should.
We should be in the next Scooby Doo movie.
Yo, I want to be the creeper.
I want to see Steven drawn like a Hanna-Barbera character.
It's true. I want to be without the whites in my eyes. No scleras.
Wearing your Star Wars shirt.
It's like this. It's like the exact shirt, but it's like a vectorized knockoff.
Elias would be the first Hanna-Barbera character with tattoos.
There we go.
It'd be like one of those characters all grown up. Bad art.
Oh, like when people like make their own like versions of themselves when they just like take art from a Hanna-Barbera character and then like give them cool tattoos and a tank top and cool hair. And people rip on Sonic OC people for just recoloring Sonic. People will make their own ghetto SpongeBob, ghetto Scooby-Doo, ghetto Sonic.
Right.
Recently discovered the Ghetto Smosh YouTube channel, where a group of people are redubbing old Smosh videos with like ghetto Zoomer slang.
Instead of zombies, they're drug addicts. Haha.
God.
They redid the entire Assassin's Creed song that was really big in like 2012, but like all with like ghetto jokes. I guess I say ghetto. I'm not calling it ghetto. It's what it's called. The YouTube channel's called Ghetto Smosh.
That's just what the fucking what is it called? The fucking shit. That subsection
Choose your words
is called.
Carefully, Steven.
That's just what the subsection is called.
It's like the layers kill me. The fact that anyone is bothering to redub old shitty Smosh videos. Additionally, and it's like really well done to an extent, and it's all just like ghetto garbage.
It's just the video, but they talk about smoking weed and hanging out.
Yeah, it sucks. Anyway, continue.
Okay, yeah, we like Scooby Doo. We're gonna start reading a story this one was written by Big Boy Writer on Fanfiction and Newgrounds and other such things.
Fanfiction and Archive of Our Own.
Archive of Our Own. I need to start checking Archive of Our Own for fanfics.
The link we're using is Newgrounds, though.
Yeah. The Newgrounds link has links to both.
Nice.
But yeah, we did. Archive of Our Own is pretty decent. I think I found 1 or 2 from there during one of our podcasts.
Hey, join our Discord. Be part of the conversation. Start a movement.
Yeah. All right. Let's break into this boy.
Crack it open like a Scooby-Doo colored egg.
Shaggy and Scooby we're chilling out in their van, parked at a motel, waiting on a dealer to supply them with weed.
Good start.
Good. If they were gonna solve the mystery of who stole all of the town's 4th of July fireworks, then Mary Jane's assistance was required. Rocky, I've been waiting for many minutes. To Scoob pestered. Like, I know, man. I hope this guy didn't bail last minute. The two stared at their uneaten Subway sandwiches, making Shaggy even sadder.
Waiting patiently to eat them until they're high.
It'll taste better.
The only way to get through a Subway sandwich.
Not even Shaggy and Scooby could polish off a Subway sandwich without some outside interference.
Without the munchies. Like, how are we supposed to enjoy these without some Mary Jane, huh? These things just aren't the same sober. As the two were lamenting, a red blur suddenly ran up to their driver's side window. It took a moment for the two to register it, but they soon realized it was the Flash from the Justice League.
The Flash.
Hey, are you two buying weed? He asked with a cocky look on his face. Shaggy and Scooby got a little scared.
Just a little.
Though this wasn't the first time they had been questioned by authorities. Shaggy maintained his cool. Like, no way, man. Drugs are bad. The Flash laughed. It's cool. I'm your dealer. Scooby gushed.
He's so delighted.
I love making Scooby fucking unintelligible.
Unhinged.
The Flash pulled a baggie, presumably full of weed, out.
He's the perfect dealer. He can never be caught.
That's true. Just need some green, and I'll give you some green. Shaggy pulled $50 out. Here you go. Like, never thought I'd be buying from a superhero.
Some green for some green.
The Flash took the money and dropped the bag on Shaggy's lap in a split second. Shaggy happily opened the bag, ready for that wonderful smell. But he didn't get that.
Oh no.
Hey, this is just trim and some shakedown, man. The Flash grabbed their subs and ran to the middle of the parking lot.
They didn't run that far.
Told you.
Grabbed their subs.
They ran like 50 feet away.
And like the spectrum of how fast the Flash can move, that's not very far.
They literally just blinked and their sandwiches were gone.
That's just far enough for them to not be able to get to him.
That's the idea.
Told you guys I'd give you some green. Never specified full weed. Rock the rock! Scooby yelled. You dirty bastard!
Dirty bastard.
Scooby needs his hit so bad.
He shakes his paw at him. Shaggy and Scooby got out of the van and attempted to catch him. As you probably expected, though, the Flash easily evaded them, running to the other part of the parking lot. You two already forgot who you were dealing with, huh?
Why is he bullying them in the parking lot?
He mocked, opening one of the subs.
Oh no, what's he gonna do to it?
3 ghetto/trailer park looking guys exited one of the motel rooms, clearly confused by the Flash conducting a drug deal. They stayed silent, watching on as the stoner and his talking dog yelled at the hero.
It's just like this white trash yelling at the Flash.
Yeah.
Eating a Subway sandwich in the middle of the parking lot.
Yeah, it's like a fucking just like camcorder video, like street fights. But it's fucking Shaggy and the Flash.
Like, why do you need to rip people off, man? Doesn't Batman pay you or something? The Flash ignored him and began eating his sub.
Not worth his time.
Always good to have a side income. The Scooby growled.
$50 and 2 sandwiches.
Scooby growled and ran at him. The Flash simply just began running in circles around Scooby. Shaggy, realizing they weren't getting anywhere, approached the room the rest of Mystery Incorporated was staying in.
Oh my god, it was them.
He banged on the door repeatedly until Fred cracked the door open. Damn it, Shaggy, kinda in the middle of something.
Oh no.
What?
The dealer ripped us off, man. Now he's just messing with us. Fred
Shaggy called his dad on the dealer. You did what to my boy?
Fred's tone immediately flipped. What? That was my last $50! Fred opened the door all the way, revealing himself to be completely naked with an erection. Oh no!
Whoa.
His priorities are crazy.
Get into Draco My Immortal territory.
He shoved Shaggy out of the way, walking outside with his Fred boner swinging around. He watched on for a moment as the Flash got close to Scooby,
His fucking top-heavy walk cycle with his big dick in front of him. What a silhouette.
Holy shit. He watched on for a moment as the Flash got close to Scooby, just to immediately run away while eating the second sub.
Oh,
He's still teasing?
of course.
I'm gonna do this all day.
And he will.
You're fucking with a dog.
Fred.
He can do it all day.
That's why he can do it all day.
You think Fred's still wearing his ascot?
Truly.
And nothing else.
It's his look.
Fred clenched his fist, then took notice of the three guys watching on. Hey! You three! He marched up to them.
Still erect.
The three guys didn't know how to react. Hell, they didn't know what to make of this entire situation.
These cartoons running around.
You three look like the types to own guns.
Oh my god.
The three looked at each other before looking back at Fred, clearly saddened. I mean, that's true, but that's hurtful, man, one of them replied. Fred grabbed one of them by the collar. Just give me the gun! Scared for his life, the guy handed him a pistol. The other two put up their hands while taking a few steps back. Fred let go of the guy. Thanks. Fred aimed the gun, waiting for the Flash to taunt Scooby again. Oh no!
He's so trapped in this world of dog abuse.
His QTE.
Flash can move so fast that he can phase through things, and things can phase through him. Scoob's fucked.
If he's in the middle of eating a sandwich, he might have some time.
Yeah, his brain can't be in that many places.
True.
He's got a sandwich on one hand, dog in the other.
Yucking it up.
The three rushed back into the room, peeking out the window to see what was gonna happen next. Shaggy knew it was best to just stay quiet. The very moment the Flash stopped to mock Scooby, Fred caps him in the leg.
Oh!
Yeah! The Flash fell to the ground.
That was a good aim, Fred.
Ready.
Grasping his leg in pain, the Flash attempted to crawl away. Scooby was quick to bite, preventing him from escaping.
You go, Scoob.
Mystery solved.
With him pinned, Shaggy ran up and kicked him in the gut.
You ate my fucking sandwich, man. You took my $50. You didn't give me any weed.
Like I lost all respect for you, man. Fred once again shoved Shaggy out of the way and grabbed the Flash from Scooby. Hope you're ready for prison rules, you bastard. Oh no. Fred dragged the Flash to his room.
What a phrase.
Oh no. Where Daphne...
Dragged him.
Where Daphne was waiting with a blanket wrapped around her naked body.
Where's
Oh
Velma?
no.
Where is Velma?
Oh no, I'm not just gonna sit here and watch you butt fuck another dealer. Fred rolled his eyes. Then get the strap on and help me. What? The Flash cried out. Daphne nodded and helped him drag the Flash in.
Daphne nodded.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Knowingly.
That was a lot of money.
It's true. The Flash tried everything in his power to get away, but it was hopeless. The moment they slammed the door shut, his fate was sealed. The three guys watching all left the room, running away from the motel. Shaggy and...
Running away in Hanna-Barbera walk cycles.
Yeah. Shaggy and Scooby couldn't blame them, though. Shaggy had wondered if they'd be back for their gun.
Do you guys remember that video Critical uploaded where he was like, my piss stream sounds like the Scooby Doo run cycle, and it's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
It was, I don't even know what he was thinking.
He was trying to make the wind-up noise when they, like, try to wind up their legs to run, where it's like...
It didn't sound like anything.
No,
it sounded like pissing a bowl. He's a fucking psychopath.
It's your fault for watching his video titled something stupid like my piss sounds like Scooby Doo.
Every one of his videos is titled something stupid.
It's true. He'll say, like, please stop fighting, and it's him fucking breaking his own leg or some shit.
This is the greatest piss stream of all time.
This is the greatest sound of all time. Scoob man, can't believe this happened again. Right, Reggie. Run to find the root. Velma shoved their motel room door open, Speed walking out. For a brief moment before the door shut, the Flash could be heard screaming as he was double penetrated by Fred and Daphne. Velma immediately approached Shaggy and Scooby. Listening to them having sex is one thing, but I will not sit in there while they anally destroy that man. Shaggy and Scooby couldn't really blame her.
While he's bleeding out.
Well, Scoob and I were just about to go get some more food. Want to come with? Shaggy asked. Anything to get away from that. The end.
Thank you, big boy. That was a roller coaster.
Flash had it coming. He was a bastard.
You know they only brought Velma along to make her pay.
Yeah. She keeps the checkbook in line.
Fair.
When you steal a dog's food and then eat it in front of him, you deserve to get anally destroyed.
Got shot in the leg. You guys look like the types to own a gun.
I've been told that before.
I rate that 6 inches of Fred out of 10.
I rate that Scooby too fucking clumsy to like turn around before he can actually look at the Flash.
I rate that the Flash Hanna-Barbera running away with a Subway sandwich in each hand.
Nice. That was a good one. Thank you, big boy.
Yes.
Thank you, bud.
So I've got this one by King Boinko, rigged up and
King
ready to go.
Boinko.
King Boinko, the man,
Hell
titled
yeah.
Delta Scoob. He even made a little logo.
Oh, that's
Delta
cool.
Scoob.
That's well done. I like
Whoa,
that.
cool.
Hell yeah.
Alright, thank you, King Boinko. Author's note. I don't own any of the intellectual properties featured within the story. However,
Thank you.
if somehow the companies involved with these properties want to go after some degenerate with 40 followers on Twitter, they can go suck my nuts.
Let's go.
This fanfiction was created for the Crossing the Line podcast, a show where they read, review, and critique fanfiction for your listening pleasure. Although the story was written for the express purpose of being read on the show, it was also written in a way where anyone could enjoy it regardless of their knowledge of the podcast's existence. This is my first fanfiction/story I've ever written, so be a bit easy on me and don't be a prep, lol. This fanfiction contains major spoilers for Deltarune Chapter 2. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
While the story does differ quite a lot from the source material, I advise you to play Deltarune before you read this fic. Okay, we got us up.
Have either of you read it?
Nope.
Or played it?
Nope.
Well, I have, so I'll try to translate, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Also, you have no excuse to not play Deltarune anyway, since the first 2 chapters are free to play on itch.io and Steam. I would never download something called Deltarune on itch.io. It would definitely be a scam. It would be a virus instantly.
Chapter 2 is very good and funny, and also the music is great.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is a story that I wrote for fun due to me thinking of the concept while walking my dog, of all things. As much as I might not have the drive to finish it, as I have more important projects to work on. Sorry to anyone who actually wants this hyper-autistic train wreck to have a proper ending to it. I hope you enjoy.
Imagine him walking his Toby dog.
His giant Great Dane.
His real Scooby Doo dog.
This real Scooby.
Prologue. It was a brisk autumn afternoon on the roads of hometown. Birds were migrated overhead, flowers were swaying in the breeze, and a cornucopia of crimson leaves were strewn across the ground for miles. It was just the perfect day for a pleasant Tuesday drive, and this sentiment did not go unnoticed, as a certain group of mystery solvers were making their way down the roadway. They were the Mystery Gang, a gung-ho party of paranormal detectives dedicated to solving people's problems and putting a stop to any supernatural phenomenon thrown their way. Whether the foe be fact or fiction, they will stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it. Though, as of late, it's been a bit of a slow year for the gang. Not that everyone has lost faith in them or anything. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's just that there haven't been as many cases lately. Though you could also chalk that up to the fact that anyone who would have planned to do any sort of fake monster get-up would be worried that the Mystery Gang would find them out in mere minutes, approximately 21 minutes if we're going by the TV show logic. That was the case until the gang got a distress letter from a small town located in a peculiar neck of the woods, pun intended. As soon as they got the letter and the last words of it left their mouths, they got their equipment ready and set off for their next paranormal investigation. What lies in wait for them may be a mystery, but one thing is for certain. There ain't a mystery they can't solve.
Let's go, Mystery Inc.
Woo!
They're gonna go solve the mystery of Sans Undertale.
They're gonna solve the mystery of why Scooby Doo is so bad at video games.
No paw or no thumbs.
Come on, Scoob.
That's it. That's all he has to say.
You're on the first level, man.
Scoob, even computers can figure out to jump over the Goomba.
Like, come on, man.
You're worse than that Cuphead reporter, man.
Rump.
Jump and dash, Scoob, at the same time.
No! Not like, fucking give me the controller.
Fine, I'll do the first level for you, but you better start on the second.
Better start pulling your weight, you damn dog.
Chapter 1, No Signal. Like, are we almost there, Velma? Me and Scoob are starving back here, Shaggy said in a tone of voracious impatience.
Hey, you said it. I'm a rock and read back here,
Scooby added.
Yeah, okay, Scooby.
Well, you guys wouldn't be so hungry if you didn't scarf down all the snacks before we even hit the road, Daphne responded. Well, you should have.
Shaggy's struggling to come back at her.
Well, you should have your part and hidden them better, Shaggy said with unintentional tinge of hangriness. Hey, would you two stop arguing? Velma retorted. We don't have time to bicker when we have a case to solve. We can eat when we get there, okay?
Don't have time. We're not driving. We can go any faster.
Yeah, and how long will that take? Shaggy asked. The GPS says we are approximately 2.41402 kilometers from hometown, Velma said.
Yeah, you and your funny GPS. Tell me the real time.
Can you put that in a language I understand, please? Asked Shaggy. It's 1.5 miles, Shaggy, Velma responded. Thanks.
How many feet is
Shaggy.
that?
I've got 2 of those. I can do the math. Said Shaggy, rubbing the back of his neck in embarrassment. Why are we going to hometown anyways? Asked Daphne. I mean, I haven't heard anything about that place in years. Why is there suddenly a bunch of commotion going on down there? Well, small communities like that are typically pretty common breeding grounds for cases like these, Fred added.
Typically pretty common inbreeding.
It's typically pretty common to see some fucked up shit down there, gang. Make sure the doors are locked, by the way.
We gotta make this trip quick.
When we pull a van like this into a small town like that in the south, you don't even want to know.
Alright, gang, we're only going to drive-thrus. No sit-down restaurants. I don't want to leave this baby alone for too long.
I don't want to sit down in any place in this city.
Scooby Doo and the Waffle House mystery. We're just gonna have to animate our own Scooby Doo special.
The whimpering Waffle House.
I'll do all the backgrounds. And by that I mean steal low resolution pictures of Waffle House for all the backgrounds.
And put like sketch filters on them.
Yeah, easy.
I mean, what better place to start causing havoc than a place with as few possible eyes on you?
You got that right,
Scooby added. Well, to answer your question, Daphne, I happen to have a letter right here, Velma said with a smirk. She began to recount the letter that was sent to the Mystery Gang office. The letter read as follows. Oh, he even made it in like a little letter.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
He put it into a JPEG.
Whoa.
Dear Mystery Inc., TM, we, the people of Hometown, would be inclined to request of your aid. We have been experiencing some peculiar issues with the internet in our town. Our IT department has been tirelessly working on the grindstone to have it reinstated within our town. It has shown to be fruitless. Though what's strange about this sudden outage is that it seems to be spreading to other such electrical appliances and machinery. It even somehow managed to cut off the connection to our phone lines, which happened to be the reason this message is being relayed through writing. We fear that if we let this bizarre situation last any longer, it may start to spread to other such towns. We hope to hear you from in the coming days. Sincerely, Mayor Carol Holiday. So the cyber ghost is plaguing the fucking hometown.
Undertale.
Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase 2 featuring Undertale.
I'm sure that Papyrus would love talking to the cyber ghost.
I'm sure Papyrus would love talking to Scooby Doo.
A talking dog!
I can't understand anything you're saying.
He would call Shaggy a skeleton like him, and Shaggy would get offended.
What?
You're skinnier than me.
I don't even know how that is possible. What?
Like, I want to go home.
Wait a second, Shaggy said. You're telling me we're driving all the way to Hometown just to fix their internet? It's not that simple, Shaggy, Velma retorted. By what they said in the letter, this is an ordinary case of technical difficulties. If this disturbance is capable of spreading to other surrounding networks and technological devices, then it must be the work of some paranormal entity. Besides, even if it was just us fixing their internet, we need all the cases we can get right now if we want Mystery Inc. to stay afloat, Fred added.
It's an older town. We can probably just turn the router on and off.
Unplug it, plug it back in.
The old Fred classic.
Unless you want to go back to working at Chipotle, Shaggy.
No!
Oh no!
Don't remind me, Shaggy said in a fit of PTSD.
Shaggy's existential nightmare.
So in this lore, does Scooby have the dice eye?
I'm sure he does somewhere.
I would love to record a video that's just us reading that entire fanfiction and uploading it.
We've already read it, though.
Yeah, but, like, did we finish it?
Yeah.
Oh.
We went back to it for episode 50.
I couldn't remember if we finished it in that part because it was so long.
No, we did. We made a Braveheart resolution to finish it there.
Okay.
Like, the people in that neighborhood wouldn't even order anything. They just bring their own food to eat and waste our time in incessant small talk.
That's fucked up. That's what Shaggy and Scooby did in their fanfiction.
Yeah. In a quarter mile, turn right on Brook Street, the GPS blurted out to the gang. Hey, we're almost there, gang, Fred announced.
Uses audio on his maps. Disgusting.
Sure. He's got to be able to hear it over the fucking nonsense in the back.
It's true. There's a lot of people in this confined
There's so
area.
many things distracting him. There's no way he could just keep his eyes on the GPS. No one else is going to tell him where to go. Hold on a minute there, Fred, Velma said. According to the map, there is no right turn on Brook Street. At least not where we're headed. Huh. It must be a bug or something, Fred responded. In a quarter mile, turn right onto Brook Street, the GPS repeated. What the heck? Velma said. Why is it repeating the message before we even made it to the turn? In a quarter mile, turn right onto Blue Street. The GPS suddenly went completely black with the text and no signal displayed from the center of the screen.
Oh no.
Well, that can't be good. Shaggy and Scooby said in unison. Scooby.
Well, that could be good.
There were two Shaggies. She wore green shirt Shaggy and red shirt Shaggy.
Yeah.
Oh no, the car's being YouTube pooped.
Everything is going to be okay, you two, Velma said.
YouTube.
YouTube poop. Just stay calm and everything will be fine. Suddenly the mystery machine began to rapidly increase in speed. A speed not yet reached before by the van itself.
It began to rapidly increase in saturation.
The same animation was played at higher and higher speeds.
The pixels began tearing.
A pixel in Shaggy's chest tore and he screamed.
The audio became blown out.
Shaggy's scream blew out the whole speakers. Fred, what are you doing? Screamed Daphne in confusion. I'm not doing anything, Daph, Fred retorted.
Fred, stop YouTube pooping the van.
No.
I'm not doing it, Daph.
I'm not doing it,
you bitch.
I'm doing it.
Wow.
Fred!
His fucking head keeps twitching back and forth.
It just still frames on him looking at her really angry for like 10 seconds.
And then the car explodes.
Stock green screen explosion.
Velma quickly inspected the area where the pedals were. Fred was right. The van was somehow moving on its own. Like, what do we do? Shaggy said fearfully. Try to put it in park, Daphne said. Fred reached for the shift and attempted to put it in park like Daphne said, but the stick wasn't moving an inch. The stick is stuck in drive, Fred shouted. Well, pull harder, Daphne yelled. I'm trying, Fred shouted
He yelled
back.
at Fred.
Well, look out! Shaggy and Scooby screamed. Look out! The return of Red Shirt.
He's got reverb.
The gang turned their attention to the front of the van to find out that the van was on a crash course with the street post along with the corner of Bluke Street. Crash course toward a street post along the corner of Bluke Street. Ah! Screamed the gang in petrified unison. Fred, out of instinct, promptly took hold of the wheel and began to correct the course of the vehicle. However, due to the speed at which the van was going, the proximity of the pole from them, it was near impossible to make a complete turn onto Bluke Street. Attempting to do so would cause the pole to hit the van's side. It was an incredibly dire situation, but Fred, with not much time at his disposal, spontaneously thought of a plan. Trap, even. Hang on tight, gang! We're going to be taking a bit of a detour! Fred yelled to the rest of the gang. I don't like the sound of that, Shaggy said. Suddenly his plan became clear to the rest of the gang. He wasn't going to try to turn onto Bluke Street to avoid the pole. He was planning to drive past the pole into the woods behind it. The van rushed through the woods with reckless abandon, swerving from tree to tree and avoiding certain death. If Shaggy had any lunch before, he'd be losing it now. Fred, look, Velma said, pointing towards the front of the van. It was then that the gang saw it, a clearing in the woods with light beams emanating from the epicenter. We're almost in the clear, gang, Fred shouted with utmost enthusiasm. Finally, after minutes of avoiding near-death experiences from fearsome flora, they'd finally have a moment of reprieve. At least that's what they thought as they crossed the clearing. They were met with a brick wall, literally.
Oh no.
Okay, screaming.
Yikes!
Screamed the gang. They all began to brace for the impending impact, but Fred was determined to stop the van. "Everyone, grab hold of the stick!" "Not my stick."
"Of the stick!"
Fred yelled with extreme urgency. The mystery gang then took hold of the stick and pulled with all their might in order to stop the mystery van from the imminent head-on collision. "Keep going, gang! We're almost there!" Fred shouted with determination. Even with their combined strength, the shift wouldn't budge. The van was inching closer and closer to the wall with each passing second, and the rate they were going at the stick shift, it looked like it was the end. They all closed their eyes and prepared for the forthcoming crash when suddenly they stopped. "What happened?" Daphne said, confused. "I have no idea," Fred said. "Hey!" called a mysterious voice. The gang, startled by the sudden calling, looked out the window of the van to see who was there. "Who's there?" Fred asked. "I'm down here, dude," said the voice. The group then looked down towards the ground to make a shocking discovery. The van didn't stop because of their own efforts, but because the van wasn't touching the ground at all. Instead, it was being held up one-handed by a strange woman with crimson red hair and what looked to be a police uniform. "Everyone get out of the van!" screamed the lady with the utmost of urgency.
Oh no.
"You don't have to tell me twice," Shaggy said. "Let's get out of here!" One by one, each member of the mystery gang piled out of the van like their lives depended on it. Having landed safely on terra firma, the gang looked expectantly at their hardy heroine, only to find her following actions to be the opposite of what they expected. With the mystery machine in hand, the woman reeled back and with a mighty "Nyah!" viciously threw the van through the air.
Ah! Fred's van!
Oh, no.
He loves that more than he loves himself.
That's true.
Chapter 2, Home at Last.
Do you think Fred's gonna catch the van?
Do you think he's gonna beat Undine's ass?
He's gonna complain over the entire dinner together.
You know, guys,
Yeah, this place is great, but my van is still gone. Velma's like, "Wow, it's really nice that you took us into your home and everything. This food is great." And Fred's like, "Yeah, it's great."
He's like, "Uh-huh," I'm pushing his mashed potatoes around with his fork. Upon impact, the van proceeded to crumble into itself and spontaneously burst into flames.
No, the van!
Fuck.
The mystery machine.
The entire gang, shocked to the core, could not muster up anything more than to watch in silence as their van was being reduced to nothing but a smoldering pile of ash.
It's so sad.
Fred was the most affected by this turn of events,
No, Fred.
as it was his father that gave him that van in the first place. It was difficult for them to grasp the situation, but unfortunately for them, they would have to wait as the mystery lady was making their way toward the gang.
Oh.
"Sorry about that," the lady said, rubbing the back of her neck in embarrassment.
Sorry.
"Guess I got a little carried away." She had indigo scaly skin with red hair bunched up into a ponytail at the back of her head. Her eyes had predator-like pupils and had a slight tint of yellow across them. She was also adorned in a full blue police officer's uniform. "The name's Chief Officer Undine, one of the sole protectors of this town."
Fred does not care. He is so mad.
"Protectors? You just blew up my van!" Fred shouted.
There it is.
"Hey, I said I was sorry," Undine replied.
Fred beat Undine up.
Prison rules.
No!
Oh,
no! Fred can't do that in this story.
Not in Undertale. "Plus, if it wasn't for me, you guys would have just exploded with the van." "I mean, she's kinda right," Shaggy said while indecisively shrugging. "Well, she shouldn't have just chucked it into oblivion like that. She could have just let it down easy," Fred retorted. "How are we supposed to get home now?" Dude, You're already in Hometown, Undyne said, pointing to a sign saying, Welcome to Hometown, in a bright shade of mahogany brown. Oh, Fred stood corrected. What the heck caused all this? Said Daphne from a somewhat small distance away. Why isn't Daphne hanging out with the crew? The gang turned around to see Daphne standing before an enormous pile-up of cars that filled the streets head to toe. Jinkies! That is a lot of cars, Velma reacted. Oh, that's just a traffic jam, Undyne said. A traffic jam? Velma questioned. How would a traffic jam in a town as tiny as this? That's what was confusing me as well. But according to many of the people who happened to get stuck here, they seem to say it was something about their GPS screwing up their directions and influencing their driving. Though, I think that last part is just a load of malarkey. I mean, how the hell does a GPS suddenly tell you to crash into a bunch of cars? The gang stopped for a moment in response to this new nugget of information. These circumstances were the same ones that led to their eventual crash, and not only that, but the fact that this happened to so many people in the town to cause a pile-up like this is insane. Just then, a connection was made in Velma's mind. The mayor said in the letter that the internet problems in their town were experiencing were gradually spreading to other such electrical appliances and machinery, and the van only started bugging out when they were only a mile away. That must have meant that the van was experiencing the same issues as the rest of the cars in the neighborhood. And that could also mean that, Hello? Anybody in there? Undyne said to Velma whilst waving her hand in her face.
Knocking on Velma's head.
Pulling her out of her mind palace. Sorry, Velma said, flushed. Don't worry about it, Undyne responded. Say, I don't think I've asked your names yet. Who are you guys? I don't remember seeing you nerds around here before. Oh yeah, my name's Velma, she's Daphne, and he's Shaggy, and that guy over there is named Fred, Velma said.
And my name is Scooby Doo.
Thank you, Scooby.
What was that? Scooby said enthusiastically. We are all a part of Mystery Incorporated, Velma said excitedly.
Okay.
Mystery Inc., huh? Velma said, or Undyne said.
No, Mystery Incorporated.
Oh yeah, the mayor was telling me that this morning that you guys were coming here to fix the internet in town.
Oh yeah, Comcast, right.
Oh my god.
Though I must admit, you bunch don't strike me as IT people.
What the hell?
You don't think Shaggy could fix a router?
Shaggy's scratching his ass.
Stick facing away from everybody. He scratches his ass and smells his hand.
Oh. He's just watching the van on fire. He's not paying attention.
Quite cool, man.
His caveman brain is entranced by the flare.
He just has his fucking plate of pizza on top of the router.
He's cooking a marshmallow on a stick at the van.
Petting his dog. Well, according to what the mayor has said in her letter to us, this isn't just some ordinary internet problem. It's something more paranormal, Velma added. Paranormal? Never knew the mayor was into superstitions like that. Most of the stuff is just silly ghost stories you tell around the campfire with your friends, Undyne said to the legitimate professional paranormal investigators. Do you know of any legends or folklore about your town that we could research? Asked Velma. I don't, but if you nerds look for information for that sort of stuff, the library is almost crashed into most likely has what you're looking for. The gang turned to find the completely misspelled library directly behind them. Oh, wow! Thanks for your help, Velma said in response. Don't mention it. Good luck out there, guys, Undyne said to Velma as the whole gang, including the still shell-shocked Fred, began to head towards the library.
Shell-shocked.
Shaggy and Scooby then stopped in place and turned to face Undyne. Hey, Officer Undine, miss? Shaggy said meekly. Yeah, Undine responded. Do you happen to have any food on you by chance? Shaggy said in a begging tone.
We had some in the car, but...
Sorry, bud, I'm fresh out, Undine said. I guess I could carry you two to the nearest food place in town, but I'm pretty sure the whiplash of me jumping from car to car with you nerds under my arms would probably snap both of your spines.
Ugh.
Shaggy and Scooby both looked at each other with worried expressions on their faces. Yeah, I think we're good for now.
Shaggy can just ride on Scooby's back.
That's dog cruelty.
Giddy up.
Shaggy only weighs like 10 pounds.
Yeah, but Scooby's bones can barely keep him afoot.
Okay.
Shaggy said, shaking at the thought. They both turned back around and followed the rest of the gang towards the library to hopefully put the case to rest for good. Sorry, I ran out of time to finish enough of the story for you guys. I really got caught up with the family coming over for the 4th of July festivities, plus the Cuphead DLC really destroyed my productivity for a few days.
Nice.
I'll probably work more on in the future for you guys to come back to when it's in a more complete state. I hope you enjoyed what I had finished so far, and I look forward to seeing your reactions to this bullshit. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and skis as you please. Sincerely, King Boinko.
Yay.
Very nice.
Thank you, Boinko.
Thank you, Boinko.
I'm glad you played Cuphead. It's worth it.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad that you gave Fred an existential van crisis.
Yeah.
I rate that story red shirt Shaggy out of green shirt Shaggy.
I rate that story Fred buying games for both Scooby and Shaggy, but he buys the good game for Scooby and Shaggy has to watch angrily as Scooby can't play the game. Come on, let me play! No, it's mine.
He buys Scooby Star Fox 64 and he buys Shaggy Mickey's like magical street race or whatever.
He buys Shaggy Glover.
Come on, Shaggy. It's a classic. They just put it on Steam. That's got to stand for something, right? That doesn't stand for shit, man.
You play Glover and you tell me how much fun it is.
No.
It's your game, Shaggy.
That's pretty funny, Shaggy. You should play it more.
It's your highway entertainment. I gotta drive, Shaggy.
I give that Fred mindlessly driving his Sony Vegas mobile into the fucking abyss.
Did you know that they put Glover on Steam like this year?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's fucked up. Glover sucks.
Does it play any better with
No.
Okay. Never mind.
But people were making a big stink of it. They're like, oh my god, Glover, we could play Glover, oh my god. Even the completionist played Glover. He was like, wow, Glover, wow. This is my favorite glove-based Nintendo 64 game, ported to Steam.
The Completionist is just a game review show now. It sucks ass.
Really?
It used to be like him talking about how you have to complete the game. And now it's barely that at all. It sucks.
He doesn't even do Buff Boys anymore.
At least he still does his yearly update video where he's really sad.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
He has Adam Sandler's hairline now. He looks really bad.
I'm sure he'd like to hear that from you.
I'm
sure that'll make a good update video.
That'll make it.
Guys, this guy in this podcast said I look like Adam Sandler.
Our friend who has one follower on Twitter said that his Buff Boys thing was a bad meme, and then he responded. It's not a bad meme.
No, he was like, this isn't gonna be some meme. This isn't gonna turn up into some meme, is it? And he's like, fitness is never a meme. Buff Boys is coming back. Then he did one more episode, and then it never showed up again. And that episode came out weeks later when they were supposed to be it was week 1, 2, 3, 4, right. And then that one was weeks later, but it was still numerical. And now he's probably more unhealthy than ever.
Don't worry, guys. He has 3 more shows coming out this season.
Hey, he finally recompleted all 120 original games.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
So he doesn't have to do that anymore. Now he can work on his G4 partnership.
Should I read the title of this story or no?
Did you pull up Avi's? Okay. You can read. Yeah, you can read the titles since they're since these are the episodes where we're actually supposed to promote people.
Oh yeah. This is DoorDash Inc. by Snowcrash92.
Yeah, that's
on Archive of Our Own.
That's Avi's archive name.
It's Snow_Crash92.
Go check him out. He's going to be writing a lot more cool stuff. I know it.
Oh, yeah.
Let me close all my other apps and put my phone on low battery mode so it doesn't die instantly.
Classic. Every podcast, I see you swipe at your phone for a multitude of seconds.
Why would I ever close any of my apps?
They need to be there when they're
What
needed.
if I need to open it again?
Which app do you need to open? Which of those apps is calling back for you?
None of them usually. Okay.
Well...
Okay.
Steven, what the fuck are you doing?
Sorry, I get art-related stuff, friggin' looking at backgrounds.
Steven, can you please participate in the show we're doing and stop looking at JPEGs?
I looked at it for a minute.
Yeah, well, we're still doing a show.
I know.
What do you mean you know?
He's on the grind. He's on the grind set.
I was waiting for the next fanfiction.
Chapter 1. Prologue. Shaggy and Scooby were skeezing for a scoozing. Ever since Mystery Inc. solved every kind of investigation involving any kind of ghouls, ghosts, and gonsters in all of North America, including Canada and Mexico, mysteries as a whole for the Groovy Gang have been at an all-time low.
Man, these have been really hard times for the Mystery Inc.
They solved all the urban myths. This was due to the fact that during their mystery crusade, other teen groups of the funny mascot began to also form for their version of a mystery-solving team with a funny mascot. What was that shark one on Boomerang?
Jabberjaw.
Yeah, ever since Jabberjaw hit the scene.
Jabberjaw.
Yeah.
Not Gabberjaw. Gabbergaw.
Gabbergaw.
Gumball.
As a result of the competition taking over local areas around the country, Mystery Inc. decided to disband and go their separate ways. Freddy went on to be a professor at one of the top leading trap-making universities.
Nice.
Daphne became a famous worldwide model/reporter, and Velma mysteriously disappeared after joining up with the Async Foundation and working on Project KV31, aka The Back Rooms. That sounds like a SCP Foundation joke or something.
It's something like that.
As for Shaggy and Scooby, they inherited the Mystery Machine after the team no way Freddy would give up the Mystery Machine.
No,
absolutely not. Are you
to
kidding
those
me?
two.
The Backrooms is basically the Marble Hornets of the modern age.
I'm sure Freddy bought a used van off Craigslist and called it the real Mystery Machine in quotes and gave it to Shaggy, hoping he would make something of his life.
Hoping he wouldn't be indebted to him anymore.
Well, they inherited the Mystery Machine after the team disbanded and have been dwelling in it, living nomad life, going from town to town ever since. After a while of living on the road, their savings began to deplete due to needing money for gas, food, and most importantly, weed. With their funds low, the duo decided to do the one thing they haven't done in some time: get a job. After a couple of weeks of job searching, Shaggy managed to land a position as a delivery boy for DoorDash. Land a position? You just sign up?
Well, they had to inspect his van. They had to make sure it was legit.
They do not have to do that. They just have to look at his photo and see that it matches. After a couple of weeks of job searching, landed a job. This worked out for Shaggy since he was able to work at home out of the van. And this is also good for Scooby since he can lightly snack on the customer's orders and cover up the food enough to look like nothing was taken.
Oh no,
Scooby!
This is also good for Scooby. I like that.
Yeah, right?
The duo has been working this job for a while now, and though the work has been inconsistent, this wasn't really a problem for Shaggy and Scooby.
God. Imagine this man showing up with his long green shirt, his spindly arm, placing a paper bag on your front porch. Like DoorDash, man. Ding dong dash.
since most of their time is spent smoking weed and eating food. They thought that they weren't working tonight, but before the duo started their Seth Rogen and Snoop Dogg movie marathon, their supervisor contacted them to deliver some orders.
Their supervisor, Mr. DoorDash.
With a sigh, Shaggy said, "Like, another day, another dollar, Scoob." With that statement made, the duo hopped into the mystery machine, which had rebranded into the DoorDash machine.
The DoorDash machine.
That's so fucked up.
It's such a nothing thing to dedicate anything to.
A temp job.
A work when you want job.
Yeah.
He's fucking making it his life.
The vans still looked the same, but with one noticeable difference. The mystery on both sides of the machine had been spray painted with white paint, and the word DoorDash painted above with red paint.
That would look so bad.
Once Shaggy had started the engine, they drive down the road to start their afternoon shift. They're gonna start their movie marathon in the afternoon?
Yeah. There's a marathon.
Chapter 2. Chapter 1. Shaggy looked at his phone to see the first job of the evening.
Shaggy didn't bother stopping at the red light.
Shaggy looked at his phone while driving. It was a simple pizza delivery from Domino's Pizza, and on the job description it had a single warning on it. Shaggy had an edible before work, so he was a bit high and thus ignored the warning.
Why would Domino's pay DoorDash to deliver their pizza?
Someone ordered carryout, but then ordered DoorDash to go pick up their carryout.
That's a good question. I just quit my pizza delivery job this last weekend finally, and we had plenty of DoorDash pickups there for some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
That's gotta be more delivery fee than just like getting it delivered through the company, because you just gotta pay like their little tip.
People probably don't see it that way because like the price is factored into the cost of the pizza. So like on DoorDash it looks like there's no delivery fee when really it's just costs more to buy the pizza.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I tried to like DoorDash some Cracker Barrel once, but it was gonna be like my $12 meal was gonna be almost $30. I said, fuck that.
Absolutely, fuck that. Did you know that they serve beer at Cracker Barrel now?
I want to get plastered at the CB so bad.
I want to walk around the gift shop with my pint.
Stumble over. I don't want to be able to see the pegs in the peg game.
Can I carry my pint into the gift shop?
Like, well, I don't think I want to stop you, so...
I'll single-handedly make them not serve beer anymore at Florida Cracker Barrels.
We should go to Cracker Barrel to celebrate this occasion.
True.
What time do they close?
10.
It's 9:17.
We got 45.
I'll hurry up. So Shaggy's high. Once Shaggy got the pizza...
DoorDash the Cracker Barrel beer, please.
God, that is so fucked.
The Cracker Barrel ale. Bring me the keg.
The Cracker Ale.
Bring me the ale.
In like a fucking cup with a lid on it. And a straw.
Ah.
Oh, it smells so foul in the delivery boy's car.
It'd be so warm.
The delivery boy allowed to deliver beer?
If he's 21.
Oh, this cup's not for me.
Yes, sir. Are you driving with an open alcohol container?
It's my job.
They told me to do it.
This is the only way to get my 3rd star, please.
They're gonna take away a star from my apron if I don't.
This is my delivery apron.
My
Cracker Barrel delivery apron. Oh, there's so much shit going on. Once Shaggy got the pizza, he began to drive. On their way to deliver said pizza, Shaggy noticed something on the rearview mirror. It was a hopping on a pogo stick, moving like he was in stop motion. It had long bunny ears, a red skin-tight bodysuit, and an N on the suit.
Oh, no!
It was the Noid.
Steven, I can't believe you didn't see that coming. You love the Noid.
I did. I heard Domino's, and then he saw something hopping on a pogo stick in a skin-tight suit in stop motion. That's all I needed. Oh, no.
He was back at it again with his usual pizza ruining tricks and was chasing the DoorDash machine.
He's gonna stomp on Shaggy's feet with his pizza stomper.
He's gonna leave a big pogo dent in the top of the van.
That's awful.
Once Shaggy noticed the pizza terrorist, he began to use evasive maneuvers, but since he was high, all he did was slightly turn to the left lane.
He changed lanes.
Slightly, very meticulously. Scooby's gonna fucking bite the Noid on his throat.
Surprisingly, this worked and the Noid had been avoided for now. Once the DoorDash machine arrived at the destination, Shaggy hopped out of the van and walked towards the house and knocked on the door. After a few seconds of waiting at the door and hearing what sounded to be muffled chuckling, the door opened. Shaggy faced what looked like to be a fucked up looking teenager with a severe overbite, dental braces, and wearing an AC/DC shirt.
Aww.
Behind him, a TV played a movie Shaggy recognized as American Pie. The teen then said, do you have our pizza?
Wrong one.
God damn.
Oh.
Do you have our pizza?
Wait. Wait, the first one was your butthead impression?
There you have go. Our pizza? I don't know. That was bad.
He did Beavis and then he did more Beavis. Do you have our pizza?
Like, yes, sir, but I have to take a picture before I hand you a pizza, so one sec.
There's gonna be a bite taken from it.
Oh, no.
Shaggy then lowered the pizza, but before the pie got completely on the ground, Shaggy dropped it a foot or so above the impact on the ground. A pizza slice jutted out of the box and resting on the dirty floor. Shaggy took a picture and the teen chuckled. Like, okay, sir. Oh, like, okay, sir, enjoy your pizza, Shaggy said as he began to leave. The teen chuckled as he picked up the pizza. Behind him, another teen with a Metallica shirt said,
But, I need to score with that pizza now.
Okay, dumbass. Let me get the lotion first, he said as he chuckled when closing the door.
They're gonna try to fuck the American Pie.
Whoa.
You love Beavis and Butthead.
I'm excited for the movie.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it on your birthday.
Shaggy, who heard this little exchange, began to connect the dots mentally. Once he got the picture, he began to feel grossed out.
What a waste of food.
But thankfully, a little weed can help with that.
Just a little. Another edible.
With that idea in mind, Shaggy got back into his car to hopefully get a little puff in before the next job.
Oh, yeah. Chapter
3, Chapter 2. After Shaggy took a rip from his novelty After Shaggy took a rip from his novelty Fred Flintstone bong, he got a notification for his next delivery.
What would that look like?
It's like the dinosaur he
You
skates
know.
down.
It's just like the one stock image of Fred giving a thumbs up on the plastic piece of shit bong.
Made of like glass. With the fucking bong part going out of his head. I like Steven's idea better.
Yeah, the
dinosaur.
The dinosaur he slides down.
Yeah.
And then where Fred Flintstone jumps off is where the little lighter is.
He got a notification for his next delivery. It was another simple one. Getting a plain Dave's double with cheese at Wendy's.
Hell yeah.
The simple deliveries at DoorDash suck because they give you like no money. And you still have to drive like 30 minutes and it's just a waste of your time.
Yeah.
Such is life.
Getting a plain Dave's double with cheese at Wendy's.
It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
With their next job in hand, Shaggy then put the hammer down on their way to Wendy's. Once they arrived at the joint, they waited in line a pretty lengthy drive-through. Since it would be a bit before they can place their orders, Shaggy placed them. They're already ordered.
No.
They waited in line. Shaggy and Scooby decided to kill their boredom by playing music at the maximum volume. Once Shaggy found the right song to play on his collection of burned CD mixes, he put the CD into the player and the song began to play. The drums and the synths began to blow out of the car's speakers, and after a few seconds, the guitar riff peaked the speakers, and then another, and another. Once these sounds have reached its auditory apotheosis, the voice of what sounded like an angel began to speak. It was the operatic vocal tones of one Freddie Mercury. The song duo was listening to was Made in Heaven by Queen. Both Shaggy and Scooby sang along with the song, with Scooby singing with his usual speech impediment, and Shaggy adding the words "like" in every verse. This caused him at points to sing out of sync with the song, and then try to quickly sing back into sync. Shaggy almost lost his breath because of this. Like, oh no, like, oh. Their song playing and singing had annoyed everyone that was in front and behind them. And the person who was working the drive-thru was already dreading to speak to these people with the song getting louder and louder in their headset with each passing second.
How ghostly, my God.
Though their annoying singing was a problem to everyone who was in the radius of the speaker, it did in fact kill time. Thusly, the drive-thru line became shorter and shorter, and then the duo were... I just lost my place. And the duo were next to the drive-thru speaker.
You had a breakdown.
It's because the first line and the next line both started with shorter. It made me lose track of my place. Still singing their song, and seeing their both of them have an unspoken rule to finish any song they sung, and after a few seconds of really bad singing, they were ready to place their order. They pull up, and the drive-thru camera just shows them singing there for like 10 seconds. Shaggy then realized that the order was already made on the app, so he decided that a mid-job snack wouldn't hurt. That's fucked. But I've done that.
Where did you go? What were you picking up, and what did you order?
Well, like, Taco Bell closes their actual in-store, like, situation pretty early. And so I had no choice but to wait in line to pick up for DoorDash for Taco Bell.
Right.
Or Uber. But, I had to pass through the drive-thru to get to the window to pick up the order, so I was like, well, I may as well order since I'm going to be waiting in line anyway.
Yeah.
And I ordered, like, a chalupa or something.
And then you get to the window and you say, yeah, I also have that DoorDash order.
And then I ate, like, half the chalupa and almost threw up because there was a big hair in it and then put it away.
Oh, God.
I haven't been back since.
And you check to see what the person ordered and see if you can swap them.
I was like, yeah, well.
They won't notice half of a chalupa.
Those Taco Bell employees are crazy sometimes.
It's weird. I feel like Taco Bell is like the one fast food place that's never messed up my order. No matter how much. Like, it seems like it would be one of the more incompetent restaurants out there, like Burger King or whatever, but for at least as far as my personal experiences go, I don't think I've ever had a Taco Bell error.
Well, I hadn't had fast food in years, and then I was I was building the cafe and I needed cheap food because I had no money. Taco Bell has a lot of cheap vegetarian food.
And you can get the spicy potato taco. That one's really good.
So you can, like, substitute anything. And so I just got, like, a chalupa, and I was like, this is pretty good. And then it grossed me out, so I didn't eat. I had like, Taco Bell, like, 3 days in a row as I discovered the hack, but then I had that one bad experience and stopped.
Yeah. Understandable. The spicy potato taco is good. It's just like the little potatoes, lettuce, and sour cream.
That sounds fine. I wouldn't really order something that isn't substantial. Potatoes aren't, like, real food.
That's fair. But you could get 2 of them.
I could feel full. Shaggy ordered the same Dave's double, this time with everything on it. Once they got out of the drive-thru, Shaggy parked in the Wendy's parking lot and quickly went inside to pick up the order.
What did you get for Scooby?
Once he got back to the van, he threw the bag next to the other bag and then left the Wendy's. Oh no, he's gonna mess up the order!
Oh no!
Chapter 4, Chapter 3.
I love this chapter naming convention.
Same.
Shaggy was on his way to the order's destination while Scooby was snacking on a burger. Oh no!
No!
Shaggy had been bobbing and weaving through traffic at the beat. At the beat of It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. Author's note, LOL. Once they reached their destination, Shaggy grabbed the DoorDash order and then walked up to the door. After a few knocks, the door opened. Shaggy then saw the patron he was servicing. He was a short, round, mustache man wearing a suit and hat. He began to speak.
Oh no.
Hello there, sir. My name is J. Wellington Wimpy, he said to Shaggy.
I thought about the fucking order. Short, round, and wears a suit.
And I believe you have my burger, so to speak. Shaggy was about to reply when Wimpy interrupted him.
So to speak.
For you see, I have no money, so I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
How did you place the order on the app?
This was both true and not true, due to the fact that Wimpy had mooched off of Popeye into ordering him Wendy's and DoorDash, despite it costing 3 times as much compared to just going there. But he assured him that he would pay on Tuesday, even though he had no money, and he will not have any money when the second day of the week comes. Now, returning to the current moment, Wimpy was expecting Shaggy to give him his order, but Shaggy had to take a picture of it. After that exchange, Shaggy then walked back towards the DoorDash machine. Before he got to the door, he heard a, "Hey!" Shaggy turned around to see Wimpy behind him. He looked unhinged as fuck, and he gave him the Elmo stare while his breath was agitated.
Oh no.
Shaggy was about to question him as Wimpy held up his now unwrapped burger. Shaggy then made the horrifying realization that he gave Wimpy the wrong order, while Scooby ate the real one.
No. There's vegetables on that burger.
Shaggy looked into Wimpy's eyes and looked like he was about to cry. Wimpy then raised the burger towards his mouth and began to eat it. Since the burger had condiments that Wimpy wasn't used to consuming, he still ate it anyway. The unfamiliar taste made contact with his taste buds, and Wimpy began to gag. His eyes were already busted fire hydrants at this point, with tears going down his cheeks and towards his burger and trenched mustache. With each bite, Wimpy gets closer and closer towards the edge. Shaggy, on the other hand, was not emotionally ready to handle this and wanted to get the hell out of there.
Come on, get it, run.
And with the final bite, the man known as J. Wellington Wimpy threw up in front of Shaggy as he fell onto the ground and finally sobbed. Ooh, ooh. His wail shaking Shaggy's core as he slowly stepped into the DoorDash driver's side of the DoorDash machine.
Step on it.
Once he got in the van, Shaggy decided to take a little break from all the BS that happened to him today. As he drove off, he heard the screams of Wimpy fade into the distance.
Wimpy's gonna leave a 0-star review.
Wimpy ate vegetables and they... See, he had the same thing that happened to you when you eat too much, when you eat fast food. Your body's just not ready for it. Except he ate healthy food. Healthy.
He tasted a tomato for the first time in his life.
Red ring of death.
Wimpy's on keto. He can only have the fat.
He can only have just the hamburger patty and the cheese. No bun, no vegetable.
Can keto not eat bread?
No, bread is super calories.
Yeah, bread is very...
carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I do.
Mr. Keto over here.
Mm-hmm.
Steven, talk about keto.
It's fine. It's a diet choice for sure.
You ate nuts for dinner.
That's true.
Because ate nuts and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, I ate carbs yesterday because it was 4th of July and I wanted to celebrate and all that mess. But because of that, I'm dieting today. So I had pistachios for dinner.
And a toothpaste for breakfast.
Chapter 5. Chapter 4. Shaggy exited the 7-Eleven Slurpee and Cool Ranch Doritos in hand.
Hell yeah.
Once he got back in the van with Scooby sitting in the passenger seat, he lit up a joint of quote-unquote special weed.
In the parking lot, Shaggy.
7-Eleven. The hash was laced with LSD. Shaggy would only smoke this ganja in cases where he was emotionally traumatized. After a good couple of hits from the Cool Kush, Shaggy then began to feel the effects. At first, he didn't feel different. Shaggy then felt a buzz from his phone. It was another DoorDash order. Once Shaggy looked at what he was picking up, his body went into fight or flight and then exited the 7-Eleven.
What do you think it is?
Does that mean he smoked in the 7-Eleven?
No,
he was in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And began to put the hammer down on the DoorDash machine.
It's gonna be fucking Taco Bell. He's gonna have munchies so bad.
Scooby was more than surprised. In fact, he was fucking terrified because Shaggy was going 90 and a 45 for some godforsaken reason. After a minute or two of driving like a maniac, Shaggy pulled up to a CVS and quickly ran inside to pick up the item.
Scooby sticks his head out the window, but does a fucking whiplash of the speed.
Did Shaggy go into fight or flight just because he had an order?
Yeah.
He had to get in. He had to get the money.
Now he needs to go to CVS to calm his nerves.
Once he got it, Shaggy ran to the sliding door, but he was too fast for the doors to open up all the way, and Shaggy shattered the glass with his body. He laid there on the ground groaning. Oh, the alarm already set off, going wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. After a few moments, he got his lanky body back up and got back to the DoorDash machine where...
what?
I will never grow tired of it being called the DoorDash machine. It's so funny.
That's fucking amazing.
He proceeded to put the hammer down again. Scooby was trying to claw out the window to escape, fiercely whining while doing so, but to no avail.
Oh.
He then turned to Shaggy terrified, then said, "Raggy, please roll down." Obviously, Shaggy ignored him since he was focused on delivering the order.
Obviously.
Shaggy's on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And from his perspective, everything was warped. As Shaggy drove, he saw that everything in his peripheral vision was changing with each blink of his eye. In one moment, everything looked like it was crooked and out of shape. In another, everything seemed to be made out of human body parts. The houses on the sides of the road pulsing with life, indicating these houses are living beings. And in a really surprising turn in events, everything turned into jagged squares. The colors of the world got more simplistic, as if the world was being run by a computer. From Shaggy's point of view, inside the DoorDash machine, everything still looked normal. He grabbed the bag and left the vehicle. Once getting out, he saw that his body turned to pixels just as everything was in the rest of the world. Everything looked like it's out of a Sierra online game. Shaggy then went into the building he needed to go. A seedy-looking bar with a hotel on the second floor. A dorm with a neon sign that said, "Lefties." Once the Shagster entered the establishment.
Oh, fuck.
He made his way to the second floor where he knocked on the door of a room 01. After a few moments of waiting, a short but not midget-sized naked man appeared in front of him. Shaggy, in a bit of a slurred voice, said, "I have a Plan B pill for, Larry Thatcher."
It's Larry. Larry Laffer.
The naked man said to him.
He needed a Plan B fucking fast.
Of course, Shaggy was high and Larry was hung, and from what the stoner can see from inside the room, it seemed that Larry had just got done having raw, bareback sex with a fine-ass looking redhead, and considering the Plan B pill he was delivering, it looked like Larry didn't pull out in time. And since that Larry considered himself to be a player, he didn't want to have any unwanted children to come after his ass demanding child support. After Shaggy took a picture of the Plan B pill, he began...
A single pill.
His fucking creep funny...
His Crypt Keeper hand holding this little pill. With fucking Larry Laffer's tit in the background.
That's such a fucked image. Oh my god.
Christ.
He began to descend the stairs, but accidentally tripped on the 5th step and tumbled down in a mess of lanky bones and jagged pixels.
He still hasn't recovered from his glass situation.
Lanky bones.
I like that Shaggy drove into the Sierra game zone.
Yeah.
Once he came to, Shaggy noticed that the special weed had worn off and everything looked normal again. Now that everything didn't look like a computer game anymore, Shaggy could continue with his job. But he felt like shit and he didn't want to have the need to smoke weed for a while, and that was a bad sign.
Oh no.
Chapter 6, Chapter 5. Once Shaggy left Lefties, he got back into the DoorDash machine with a traumatized Scooby looking at him with wide eyes.
Once he left Lefties.
He then turned it on and then left the bar. After some driving, Shaggy pulled out into a Walmart where he proceeded to use the bathroom. While in the stalls, Shaggy, who was taking a dump, while Scooby who was in the stall next to him slurping up toilet water again, received another order.
He brought
Again?
his big fucking dog with him into the Walmart.
It was another pizza order, this time from Pizza Hut.
Woo!
God, pizza orders on the DoorDash.
This is gonna be the return of Silver the Hedgehog. Working at his Pizza Hut.
Finally.
We're fighting Blue Breed for pizza.
Shaggy got out his phone and digged out a pair of earbuds from the glove compartment. He didn't want to have to deal with the sounds of the world right now since he still felt like shit and needed some time to clear out his head. Once exiting the van, he put on the earbuds and pressed play on the song Gonna Dream Tonight by Whitewoods. When the song began, Shaggy then walked to the beat of the song with rhythmic stride in his regular walk cycle. You can call that rhythmic stride. As Scooby stayed behind as usual. After entering the establishment, he talked to the employee about the order. Meanwhile, Scooby was gnawing on one of the toy bones he kept in the DoorDash machine, and Scooby heard the door open. He expected to see Shaggy carrying a stack of pizzas, to where he may snack lightly on each one.
Fuck off, Scooby.
But as he turned to look at him, he got met with the front end of a shotgun.
Oh no!
Back at Pizza Hut, Shaggy was sitting on a chair waiting for the order to be finished.
Kicking his feet.
The song on his phone had changed to the funny beats of One Beer by MF Doom. As he sat there slumped looking at the ceiling while trying to mouth off the lyrics of the song he was listening to, after a bit of the cashier went up to him to tell him his order was ready. After Shaggy grabbed the stack of 3 pizzas and an order of breadsticks, he went back to the van to deliver the hot zaws. When he entered and sat on his seat, he felt something pressed up against his head. He turned to the right to see the Noid carrying a lever-action shotgun.
No!
The Noid pulled out a sign that said "Drive."
Oh, big cartoon sign.
Shaggy complied as he pulled the car out of Pizza Hut. Once the vehicle reached a red light, Shaggy looked to see where Scooby was. He was in the back with both his front legs and hind legs tied with duct tape. A bone lodged in his mouth to prevent him from screaming to anyone who could help him. But this was futile, however. Even if Scooby can cry out for help, the time that anyone who would have had the pair to try to save them, Scooby's brain matter would already have been painted on the back of the mystery machine.
DoorDash machine.
Yes. So Scooby decided to place all of his cards on Shaggy saving him. In any other scenario, Scooby would have resigned to his fate since Shaggy wasn't adept in a situation like this. But because it's been a while since he last smoked pot, he had faith in Shaggy to take care of the Noid.
It's been a while. He smoked pot like 3 times already today.
Chapter 6, Chapter 7, Chapter 6.
This is taking a dark turn. Mm-hmm. You're running out of steam.
The Noid didn't know it at the time, but if Shaggy doesn't smoke weed on a regular basis, his Ultra Instinct power started to emerge. That's why he smokes weed so that the THC can suppress Shaggy's powers so they won't get out of control. It had at least been an hour since he last had some puff, and his power level began to increase. As the DoorDash machine made its way up the road, the Noid pulled another sign that said, "Drive to the customer's destination." Shaggy complied, then pulled up to the house where he was supposed to go. With the house in view, the Noid again pulled out another sign that said, "Give me the pizzas." Shaggy did. Once the Noid exited the van, he kept the shotgun pointed at Shaggy as he walked up to the door. He then began to ring the doorbell. After a couple of seconds of waiting, a buck-toothed boy wearing a pink shirt and hat stood in front of the Noid. The boy said, "Can I have a pizza? And also, why do you have a gun?" The Noid pulled out one last sign that said, "I'll do you one better, kid." The Noid proceeded to drop the pizzas and using his free hand began to take off his shoe.
Oh no!
The boy, named Timmy Turner, used one of his 5 senses and already knew that something bad was coming.
Which one?
Smell.
Of course, smell.
When the Noid finally got his foot condom loose, Timmy saw the monstrosity that laid before him.
Yuck.
The Noid's bare foot was smelly, hairy, dirty, and if you looked really closely between the toes, you can see fungus growing between them. The Noid was gonna ruin a pizza today if it was the last thing he did. I was wondering why he wanted the Pizza Hut. I guess just to give him a bad name. Mm-hmm. As the Noid attempted to finally ruin a pizza today, a blur crossed both the Noid and Timmy's vision. and before the foot collided with the pie, it stopped. The Noid turned to his left to see that Shaggy was holding the leg to stop the pizza genocide from happening. The Noid responded by shooting Shaggy in the head.
Oh my god.
After at least 4 rounds shot, the Noid was surprised that Shaggy's head was still intact now, with his eyes glowing. The Noid knew that he was screwed based on the fact that Shaggy had a blue aura around him.
I just thought back of the mental image of like a sad Shaggy driving with a gun pointed to his head.
His eye, it's like the little like...
It's like a really far away shot like from outside the van. You see him just like driving through looking a little scared but trying not to go over the top.
In an instant, Shaggy stood up while holding Noid's leg, turning him upside down. Shaggy then walked away from the door and onto the street, while the Noid struggled to get free. Once on the road, Shaggy then threw the Noid onto the asphalt ground while still holding him.
He smeared him on the pavement just like Eggman did.
Damn.
He then proceeded to quickly throw him on the other side of the road, and then again on the other side, back and forth. Shaggy then proceeded to do this until the Noid's blood painted both impact spots of the road. Bang, 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 bang. When the Noid showed no signs of movement, he walked up to the Turner household. Timmy, who saw the whole horrifying thing while hiding behind the door, saw that Shaggy was in front of him, his eyes glowing with purpose, and his aura waving his clothes and hair. Timmy saw that he was holding a phone, and then he took a picture of the pizza to confirm the DoorDash that the food got to where it needed to be. After this whole ordeal, Shaggy then walked back to the van, now with a purposeful stride. Before Shaggy gave the Noid with his due course, he freed Scooby with lightning speed as his Ultra Instinct powers finally emerged, and told Scooby to get the bong ready. How's they gonna do that?
Scooby, my bong, please.
My bong.
Fucking like with a bag of weed in his mouth, like trying to dust it into there.
When he got to the DoorDash machine, he took a real big rip from his bong and blew out a huge smoke cloud just big enough for him to get in the van and drive off before any authorities can be contacted. Timmy looked on at the limp body of the person that Shaggy assaulted. Then in another puff of smoke, 2 fairies appeared next to him. They looked on at the victim with both horrified and disgusted looks. Timmy turned to them and said, "I wish the body disappeared."
Oh my god.
The pink and green fairies then raised their wand, and with a glow of their golden stars, the body of the Noid vanished.
Thank you.
One last short chapter. Chapter 8, Epilogue. Epilogue. Shaggy had drove away from the scene while Scooby looked back to see if there were any fuzz on their tail. After a bit, the duo began to calm down and parked at another 7-Eleven to collect themselves.
Another 7-Eleven.
After an insane evening like this, a night like this hasn't been this crazy since the time the duo went to Chipotle. After a bit of time to decompress themselves, Shaggy got a notification from his phone saying that he's done delivering orders for the night. With a long sigh, knowing they won't have to deal with more freaks tonight, Scooby and Shaggy went into 7-Eleven to stock up on snacks and use the bathroom to clean up the injuries they sustained over the hours. Once Shaggy and Scooby left, they parked the van at a park and finally started their Seth Rogen movie marathon. They started with Pineapple Express. The end.
Beautiful. Oh my lord.
It was a whole world destruction tour.
You know those like SpongeBob oil painting portraits?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd rate that story like a SpongeBob oil painting portrait of Shaggy's hand holding the Plan B pill with a blurry Larry in the background.
I rate that story a double barrel gauge shotgun. Not a double.
I rate that the Noid losing his fucking stack.
God, that was awesome. Thank you, Avi.
Thank you everyone for making stories for us to read.
We're not done.
Oh. Okay.
Steven's got another big boy one to read.
Oh boy, let's see here.
Yeah, get on it, Slick.
I'm going.
Slick.
An Amber Alert.
For who?
Amber Alerts.
Not a clue.
Amber.
Someone from Palm Beach County.
Fuck, the Amber Alert crashed my phone.
No!
It took your last bit of battery life.
Alright.
He's token.
He's scoobing.
He's having a show.
Alright, Steven, take us home.
All
The
right.
other big boy entry to the Scooby Doo Fanfiction Jam 2022.
That one looked crazy. I saw the thumbnail.
This one is called Scooby and the Gang in Hospital Long Care Mystery and Tendies by Big Boy Rider and Miners Smile 09.
Hospital Long Care Mystery.
That could be so many things.
Alright, the intro theme. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Scooby Snacks and Black Ice Crystal Meth. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Drug-induced meltdown, shortness of breath. Well, hey now, Scooby Dooby Doo, we got a mystery to solve. We gotta terrorize some children. Meth head scares the child. The hood gets fucking wild. Scooby Dooby Doo, where the fuck are you? Probably out snorting crack. Scooby Dooby Doo, hey man, fuck you. Stole all my goddamn Scooby snacks. Well, hey now, Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? I'm about to pop you off with a Tech 9. Scooby Dooby Doo, you're fucking dead. Those Scooby snacks are all mine. Minimum wage, manual labor job. I got a federal charge. I shouldn't have tried to sell meth to those middle schoolers. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? I need that Dooby Doo.
I need that Dooby Doo now.
Scooby and the Gang in Hospital Lawn Care Mystery.
That was good.
It's like a real episode.
And
Guest starring Don Knotts.
the Globetrotters.
The Globetrotters. Fuck off. They do not need to be involved with this.
In a shitty rundown property management building located in Gary, Indiana, a doped out man with dyed blonde hair walked into his boss's office.
Gary, Indiana.
As usual, the boss was having an enraged meltdown due to 5 of his employees quitting that day after a meth lab in their porta potty blew up. While it wasn't as bad as the meth lab fire that destroyed their Michigan location, killing some dumbass employee named Sagan, losing those employees had left the boss's hands tied. God damn it, the boss yelled. We don't have any more money for competent employees. That Buffalo Bill looking guy was our last good one. The blonde employee happily watched on, quite used to these meltdowns. Hey, look at the bright side. At least you still have Mystery Incorporated under your employment.
Well, we do have that.
Employment in loose quotes.
I'd pay them to drive around the world and solve mysteries, I guess.
The boss turned to the blonde guy. Stop calling yourselves that! I need you to take this shit seriously! But I can't take shit seriously. We don't have a porta potty no more. God damn it, you! The boss calmed himself. Look, I just need you and your crew to go and mow the Tree Rivers Hospital District. There are about 20 acres of lawn there, so it's gonna take all day.
I thought it was saying lawn care, like hospital lawn care. They said lawn care?
Yeah.
Scooby Doo does lawn care?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's really funny to see Scooby Doo pushing a lawnmower.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Standing on its 2 legs.
It's like an ox cart.
It's really funny to see Scooby-Doo get chased by a lawnmower.
Shaggy just directs him and he eats the grass.
To bark and screech at a lawnmower. And try to get close and go away, and then get up again and go away, get up and go away. And Shaggy's just trying to push in a straight line, but this fucking dog won't leave the machine alone. Scoop, please. I don't wanna bump in. You're getting too close.
The blonde man pulled out a dirty ascot from his underwear and put it on. I'll go and get the gang together. You can count on us. Don't fuck this up. We can't afford to lose this site after Daniel took a shit in front of the Coolsville Elementary School.
Is Gary, Indiana, like where Coolsville is?
I guess. I'm not sure.
It's just the city that they've decided to blight with the Mystery Machine.
Daniel? Oh, you mean Scooby Doo? The boss clenched his fist, holding back a flurry of intense martial arts action. He almost had another breakdown, though. You're not Mystery Incorporated! You're fucking lawn care workers! Suddenly, Daniel, or Scooby, began having a nervous breakdown while rushing into the office. I don't want to do this anymore! I'm not a rug! I'm not a rug! Scooby began running around the place. Ah! Scooby punched a hole in the wall and began headbutting it over and over.
I'm so confused on these characters.
They're just lawn care workers who think they're Scooby Doo characters.
Daniel doesn't. Daniel doesn't think he's a dog. He's having a moment about it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? The boss yelled. High notes! Shaggy yelled, running into the office. We gotta fix Scoob before he quantum meths into the 8th dimension, man! Raggy Rabbit! I'll do this, Raggy! Blood poured down from Scooby's head with his bad speech impediment due to years of meth and other drugs. Like, take your dose, Scoob. Daniel was chased out of the office by Shaggy, then quickly tackled to the ground by two guys dressed as Daphne and Velma. Oh no.
Two guys. Just two random people.
No, Raggy. I don't want to be a dog anymore, Scoob shouted.
This is so scary.
Snort it! Sniff it! Fred shoved meth in his face. Daniel tried to struggle his way out. No! No! Shaggy ran up, holding a cattle prod. Like Scoob, man, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. The boss just watched on in complete shock and disappointment before closing the door and pretending he wasn't watching a war crime happen in front of him.
He's just trying to have a lawn care business.
Can you guys mow the lawn, please? I just asked you to take care of one lawn.
Please stop doing meth and branding each other in the office.
In the office.
Daniel was electrocuted and forced to snort meth.
Is all this really required? Do we just go do the lawn?
This went on for a good 5 minutes until Daniel stopped struggling. Holy shit! I'm a frog! Daphne and Velma let go of Scooby, allowing him to run.
How come they don't have like quotations in their name?
Guess who they are.
They've accepted it.
It's true. Daphne and Velma let go of Scooby, allowing him to run outside on all fours with their faithful companion back to normal. Fred turned to his crew members. Well, gang, the boss just informed me we have a mystery down at the Tree Rivers Hospital District.
Just informed you?
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Daphne grabbed a nearby blowtorch. That's a long drive. Good thing I brought plenty of dabs for us. Dabs are concentrated marijuana, and dabbing is when you use a blowtorch on glass or metal, then inhale the burning hot smoke that can burn your lungs.
Thank you, big boy.
He's the weed man, the marijuana monster.
We were like watching a B-movie, horror movie, and then this guy came over to our friend's house and was like, "You guys want to do dabs?" And we said no, and then he did it by himself in the corner.
Oh,
when was this?
It was at Jason's old house.
Oh god.
Cool.
All of us just looked at him and said no. He left.
Fine. Well, more dabs for me.
Velma ran up in his short skirt holding bags of meth. And I made enough meth before the lab blew up. Fred brings both of the girls in for a hug. You girls are the best, even if you have wieners. Shaggy looked outside and saw Scooby peeing on their company truck while on all fours. "Why, damn it, Scoob, I thought getting you fixed would stop this behavior." Fred walked outside and kicked Scooby. "Bad dog! Bad!"
No, Fred!
He pissed on his van.
Scooby sat down like a dog, all obedient like. The rest of the gang walked out, getting in the truck. Scooby attempted to join, but was shooed away by Fred. "No, Scoob, since you've been bad, you get Ratchet strapped to the trailer with the lawnmowers." You just hear him fucking struggling.
Just imagine you see one of these fucking lawn care trucks go by, and there's a dog amidst their fucking tools. This big ass Great Dane. He's like muzzled and his legs are.
Watching the straps tighten around his body as it's held in place.
That's evil.
Oh my god.
That's a villainous behavior.
3 hours
What
later.
is the resolution of this? Are they actually going to mow the lawn when they get there?
Of course not.
It's a mystery.
Oh, yeah.
There's a secret gem somewhere under all this tall grass.
Have to cut it.
The mystery is if they'll even mow it.
I have to set a trap to cut all this grass.
3 hours later, Fred and the gang had been recklessly driving on the highway while high on dabs and meth. Scooby had been screaming the entire as their trailer had been...
Oh yeah, I forgot he was a man.
He'd been screaming the entire way as their trailer had been smashing into cars on the highway. If it wasn't for all the duct tape, their trailer would have been long gone. "Alright, gang," Fred began. "We're about to pull up on the district. Just follow my lead and this mystery will be solved in no time." Shaggy was tweaking while taking a long hit of dab. "Like, man, man." Velma had OD'd on meth an hour ago and was thrown in the trunk of the truck.
The truck is not even a van anymore.
He could have been saved, but the gang didn't want to waste time stopping at the hospital.
They're going to a hospital, I thought.
Christ.
They are.
Daphne was holding his button pain. "Damn it, Fred, I told you 3 hours of butt sex was a bad idea." Fred.
Second Fred butt sex story.
God damn it.
They're both by Sagan, it's fine.
Fred, in a drug haze, drove on the side of the road and crashed the truck into an expensive-looking car. The force of this broke Scooby free, sending him flying.
Oh.
Scooby yelled while flying through the air.
I suppose the answer to whether or not they mow the lawn doesn't matter.
Not anymore.
They're just in here causing chaos.
Eventually landing on another car that had a flat tire. "Everybody shut up!" Shaggy shouted. "If we get this right, we'll be loaded on Scooby snacks, guys!"
If we get this right, you've
This is
already
your job.
shattered 2 cars.
Ruby Rex!
Doing one of your normal job will be loaded.
Weed makes you do crazy things.
"Ruby Rex!" Scooby yelled, jerking himself off the car so hard that the windshield collapsed, scaring the already scared shitless driver even more. Fred immediately backed up, then drove forward into Scooby.
No.
Fred!
The truck then drove into more busy traffic. Scooby had to hold on so he didn't get sent flying into a 4-lane highway.
I thought they were there.
Fred is losing his crewmates rapidly.
They just crashed into a random car. No, I thought that was him, like, parallel parking poorly. But I guess the quest continues.
I guess so, it should. Scooby jumped on the windshield, then the hood. Like, Scoob, move your fucking ass, dude! We can't see, man!
Dude. He's so battered and bruised. And branded.
Oh no! Fred began performing a meth chant.
What?
Fred began performing a meth chant. Road rage! Road rage! Road rage! Road rage! Fucking, do you know that reference?
No.
It's a fucking Your Favorite Martian song.
Ah.
A meth chant.
Road rage! Road rage! Fucking love it.
He would never say this if he was sober.
Fred loves Your Favorite Martian.
It's true.
Only when he's high. He forgets it even exists when he's not.
Equals 3. What's that?
Grandma's got a Facebook. That sounds pretty funny. The mystery machine suddenly pulled onto an exit and drove across a street at a red light, hitting some college students. Absolutely nobody paid attention to this, or they were just too scared to do anything about it. Suddenly, a semi-oil truck driver blared his horn and narrowly dodged the rampaging mystery machine. The whole oil tanker crashed into a gas station, blowing a large part of the district up. Well, gang, Fred began, looks like we already completed a big chunk of the lawn.
Fuck off, Fred.
What a bastard. Has Velma said a word?
Velma OD'd.
I thought that was Daphne.
No, Daphne got butt fucked.
Has Daphne said a word?
Not since the butt fucking.
Oh.
This is clearly a male show right now.
Scooby cried out, barely holding on. Eventually, they reached their destination, and the truck finally died from all the damage.
One job.
Scooby rolled off the truck from exhaustion. The rest of the gang, besides dead Velma, got out and started undoing the ratchet straps from their lawnmowers.
I thought you were saying doing the ratchet as in some sort of dance move.
They were being ratchet.
Yeah.
As they drove their stand-up mowers off, one of the district's doctors came storming out.
The thought of any of them on a stand-up mower is so funny. Any sort of lawn care, but a stand-up mower.
They all drop their bullshit to just mow. Now that they're here.
Like, oh yeah.
They all calm down and just focus on the task at hand.
Ignoring all the explosions, all the dead people. The road rage.
Oh my god.
Like, we got a job to do, gentlemen.
Patients and employees alike got out of his way, knowing why he was justifiably pissed off. You fucking idiots, the doctor shouted. I'll have all of you crucified for everything you've done.
Jeez.
Fred and the gang looked at each other, and they just pushed him over and began kicking the shit out of him.
Oh no.
I knew something was fishy, Fred began.
Fred, you bastard.
I love him keeping his composure while also beating the shit out of someone.
Fred began while repeatedly curb stomping the doctor.
He's like a high positive tone.
It's like push button catchphrasing.
Who would have guessed Old Man Jenkins was here? Soon, the doctor was nothing more than a bloodied and beaten corpse.
Well,
damn.
Never get up between a man and his lawn.
Never interact with Fred ever.
He's a curse on all who behold him. Scooby Doo got to his feet and started humping the old man's dead body. Why, good work, Scoob. Fuck.
Shaggy.
Shaggy gave Scooby a Scooby snack.
Shaggy is also push button catchphrasing.
Shaggy is also humping.
After they brainwashed him again. Scooby ate it right up. The Scooby snacks were actually, in fact, just meth-laced tendies. Fred dragged the dead man's body under the truck before anybody noticed.
Hiding it
Under the truck.
under his own truck.
Yeah, so it's only a problem after they're gone.
I suppose.
It didn't matter because the many cameras around the area had caught everything.
Yeah.
After hiding the body, Fred turned back to his crew. Alright, gang, let's split up. Fred takes a big hit of his dab. Shag and Scoop, you get over in the field and around the parking lots. I'm a dog. Scooby replied. Shaggy did some meth. You can count on us, man.
Just standing there, doing meth.
Shaggy and Scooby drove away on their lawnmowers.
Don't you snort meth?
No, you smoke.
You can smoke it?
Mm.
Okay.
I mean,
No, that's cocaine.
Okay.
Didn't they snort meth earlier in this story?
Yeah,
Probably.
they held Scooby's head down into it.
Nah,
So
true.
Shaggy just has a handful of it because he doesn't have a table or anything.
Holy shit. This is fucked.
Imagine putting drugs into your body. This could be you.
It's true, it's true. They had immediately turned their... Shaggy and Scooby drove away on their lawnmowers. They had immediately turned their blades on, launching rocks and debris into parked cars. As a guy who mowed my lawn a lot, that's fucking hilarious.
Something tells me one of the authors has, like, specific experience doing this, because that was too good.
That
immediately.
was. Nurses and patients alike ducked for cover as car windows were shattered.
Or they just watched the bench warmers.
God, I love the bench warmers.
Oh, my lord.
Thank God we fit a bench warmers reference in here.
Yes! Scooby-Doo meets the bench warmers.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Hanna-Barbera Rob Schneider.
I can picture it all too well.
And Gus.
He just looks like the critic in The Simpsons.
He does.
I want to see the Gus bus in like fucking Scooby-Doo CG.
Fred didn't care. And Daphne, you're with me. Since that explosion took care of a good part of the district, all we have to do is the 2 doctors' offices. Daphne happily skipped over to his lawnmower. As began driving away, Fred threw him off onto the hard concrete.
Hey!
No, bitch, you're using the weed whip. The leader, me, must always use the lawnmower.
I've never heard it called the weed whip. That's funny.
Not a whacker.
Yeah.
The weed whip.
I guess it is like a whip, kind of.
Yeah. It's like
Whipper.
a tiny little whip.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You can cut grass with just like a little string of plastic. Or
True.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Nylon.
Mm. Daphne stood up in pain. Damn it, Fred, I told you. Fred punched him. Don't talk back to me, woman! Meanwhile, Shaggy was doing donuts with his lawnmower.
Let's fucking go.
Ruining
The fucking smash cut to Shaggy in the parking lot.
No, he's sitting on the lawn going in a circle because he's like nodding off in one direction.
It's just such a funny cut of like Fred screaming at Daphne and then just cuts to him going in circles with a loud lawnmower noise.
I'm sure Scooby's taking care of the lawn. It's fine edges.
Scooby's like laying there breathing.
They're both mowing.
Shaggy was doing donuts with his lawnmower, ruining the lawn and making himself tweaker dizzy. Scooby had stopped mowing and was peeing like a dog.
No, not again.
Much to the horror of 3 nurses walking by. After spinning for 5 minutes straight, Shaggy was thrown off.
Oh, Lord!
He landed back first.
That mower better have some safety precautions.
Shit.
No, it doesn't. It's already been flinging rocks everywhere.
It's going... Those blades are going straight for his gangly hands. What?
I'm getting to it.
Stop laughing and tell me.
After spinning for 5 minutes straight, Shaggy was thrown off. He landed back first on some grass, but seemed more annoyed than anything else. Like, I can't drive this thing, man. I need to jerk it to clear my mind.
Let's go, Shaggy.
Just laying in the grass, lamenting.
Holy fuck.
Need to clear my mind.
Scooby yelled as he jumped on his lawnmower, immediately driving through a fence.
The mystery machine giving free access to lawn care tools is very good.
He ran over a mailbox, shredded someone's front porch, and rammed completely through their front door. What the fuck? The owner guy shouted.
Scooby drove to someone's house.
Scooby ripped a huge ass snort off of the fucking gripping bar and got meth everywhere.
I thought he was gonna say ripped a big one.
Yeah.
And laughed.
Oh my god. Scooby drove the mower into the house and totally back out the other end, then shredded a nice looking trampoline, a bounce house, their next door neighbor's rock collection, and a prize trimmed hedge, and a lot more of the fence. As
well, Shaggy's jerking it, Fred's beating Daphne.
As Scooby was causing a shocking yet admirable amount of property destruction, Shaggy was jerking off for all to see.
Admirable.
His
Scooby's
mind.
Katamari Damacy in the whole neighborhood.
His mind was focused on only one woman. Like, oh, Jaden Animations, you can tell me a story anytime.
Oh my god.
As Shaggy was getting close to that sweet Jaden orgasm, a bunny popped out from some brush. Shaggy was startled and stood up, ruining his orgasm. Like, you furry jerk, you just blue-balled me. Wait, Blueberry, you motherfucker! Like, stop drawing porn of my YouTuber trad Eurasian girlfriend! Shaggy jumped on his mower and began chasing after the bunny.
His dick out.
In his meth-crazed mind, he knew he was the only one that could save Jaden. This shit is too real. It didn't matter at what cost or however many people he had to run out of the way. I'll save you from blacks.com, Jaden, Shaggy yelled. Big Man Requee can't keep... Big Man Requee ain't getting that half-white meat today, man. I know this is all part of Bluebeard's master plan. As the chase escalated, the 2 nurses were run over and killed.
Oh, no.
The bunny took a sharp turn towards the parking lot they had initially arrived at. Daphne was lying, beaten on the ground, while Ferd was doing more dab to calm down. That's the best misspelling.
Bird.
Bird is clearly not calming down.
This is a disaster. Steven, your hair's losing its libido. You're like fucking Frankie when he runs out of soda.
I am.
You're running out of steam.
I need more soda. Super. Unfortunately for Daphne, the bunny had run right past him.
Oh no.
Causing Shaggy to shred Daphne to pieces.
There goes the other woman.
As blood, bone, and guts sprayed all over the parking lot, Fred freaked out and pulled his black market Tech 9 out from the mystery machine. The mower man's not gonna come for me! Fucking Jewish elites taking control of our lawnmowers! Fred yelled.
Jesus,
Fred's
Fred.
going nuts.
He pulled out his T9.
You were the mower man, Fred.
Zoinks!
Yeah, but he just saw Daphne get shredded by a rogue figure.
I hope Moody is okay.
It's just a bunny he thinks is a porn artist.
This is all his fault. Zoinks! Shaggy yelled as he tried to ride away. It was no use though, as Fred went full Gary, Indiana, and gunned him down instantly, despite now being
Wasn't
dead.
that where the riots happened?
Oh, was it?
I think so.
Oh no.
I can't look it up, my phone's dead.
That's for the best.
Despite now being dead, Shaggy's lawnmower continued driving uncontrollably through the parking lot.
He never got that nut.
Though everyone had fled the premises at that point, the lawnmower still managed to crash through a hospital building, leaving a path of destruction.
How fucking powerful is this lawnmower?
It's a Ford. It's really strong. A Harrison Ford.
It's built Ford tough.
It's like a Roomba, it's just auto moving.
I like that.
Shaggy's corpse, like, strung over on the standing mower.
I can't believe this Shaggy was a Jaden simp this whole time. He's gonna be real mad when he finds out about her asexualness.
He doesn't know what that means.
He didn't watch it.
He couldn't understand the video.
It means she wants to have sex with him.
Oh.
She's asexual for me.
She is a sexual deviant.
Finally, she's making a video about sex.
Finally.
I've been waiting for years.
Fred snapped back into reality as he received a call on his cell phone.
Shaggy said, I'm a sexual too.
Answering it, he was met with his screaming boss.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck are you dumbasses doing? You ruined our business! Fred laughed a little.
Why now, Fred?
It's funny.
Don't worry, this mystery isn't over yet. We still have 2 doctor's offices to go. The boss spiked his cell phone on the ground, ending the call. Fred, knowing more work had to be done, decided to mix his meth and dab together.
No.
To make mab.
After
Or death.
After taking the biggest hit of his life, he fell to the ground. Fred vomited on the ground, deciding it was best to just lay there and recover.
It is for the best.
Police sirens could be heard fast approaching.
Oh no, Fred's gotta go.
Though Fred was too tweaked to react, but knew that cops were bad news. Scooby pulled up next to Freddy. Ready! The cops are after us! Fred got back up and pulled out 2 AK-47s from the back of the truck.
It's going out strong.
You know what to do, Scoob.
What?
Scoob grabbed the 2 AK-47s and played the theme song to What's New Scooby Doo.
That song would rock to a shootout.
It would.
Coming after you,
Gonna solve that mystery. Scoob snorted the last of the meth just as 10 cop cars pulled up. With weapons drawn, the cops surrounded the mystery machine. We have you surrendered. Surrender now or we will open fire. And don't try anything stupid. The entire district is filled with cops. Ruby dooby doo! Scooby did perfect 360 turns while opening fire with both guns. The cops tried to dodge behind cover, but it was too late as 5 of them got shredded.
She also on a lawnmower now?
I don't know.
What do you mean doing 360 turns?
Oh, he may still be on his lawnmower.
Fred Matrix dodged through a cop car window with his PCP-inspired meth powers and took the wheel. He drove the cop car into the other cops who were trying to form a blockade.
Oh my god.
Shanky's yelled once more as he shot the fuel tank to Fred's new car, making it explode and killing Fred.
No.
And blowing up every single car that was in the blockade. Scooby was blown back by the explosion as the lawnmower flipped over. His ears were ringing, but his senses ran high, mainly because they were totally shot. Ruby's running away! Scooby yelled, running on all fours into traffic.
Oh.
Wait! A cop that pulled up yelled, "Stop!" Scooby then got run over by a truck. The truck veered off the road and slipped on Scooby's leftover bloodstain, causing the third huge explosion of the day and blowing up 4 other cop cars and 2 highway lanes worth of traffic.
Surely we're approaching the end of this conflict by now.
Let there be...
Well, every member of the Mystery Machine is dead.
Let there be a lesson at the end of this quaint old tale, a type of old moral the motherly nuns would tell the young ones. Be sure to not let your dogs roam around the street, they may get hurt. Look both ways and don't do drugs unless you're sure you won't die. Sagan 3:16. There's another lesson here too.
Sagan 3:16.
Hell yeah.
There's another lesson here too. If you're going to pay your employees minimum wage, then you must expect minimal effort or worse. Minor for 2069. The end. Holy shit.
What a fucking trip.
That was insane.
I feel high after that.
I'm hypoglycemic.
I love it. I love when the Mystery Inc. gang gets up to antics. They all had something to do. Great story.
Except for Velma.
She had a role in the greater narrative.
She had a role and she filled it.
I like the part when Shaggy did donuts and then gave up and laid on the ground to jack off.
He needed to clear his head. I like how he was jerking off to Jaden, but then as soon as he thought about someone drawing porn of Jaden, he thought it was so wrong.
That's how it would be.
That's how it is.
I rate that one death threat from a random faceless account called the Shag Bag on Twitter.
I rate that 5 minutes of donuts out of 5.
I rate that the confidence of Fred in the meth head.
Well, thank you everybody for indulging us and feeding us more cryptid Scooby content. We love it and we're always about it. I'm surprised we didn't have any, I guess because we knew the Scooby Doo Jam was coming, but we didn't have any Scooby content in our 4th of July episode. But it's whatever. We'll get around to it, I'm sure. Probably next time. We'll see. Maybe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of our fun show that we've been doing for nearly 5 years now. It's kind of crazy to think that we've been going for so long. But us 3 bros, we're in here for the long haul, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Steven's checked out. He's ready to go home. Elias wants to go to bed so bad.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to bed 2 hours ago.
Yup.
Ah, shit.
Well,
thank you guys for participating. Have a good night.
Thank you for writing. Thank you for letting us read. Good night.
Good night.